The most dangerous man to any government is the man who is able to think things out for himself without regard to prevailing superstitions and taboos. Almost inevitably, he comes to the conclusion that the government he lives under is dishonest, insane, and intolerable. And so, if he is romantic, he tries to change it. And even if he is not romantic personally, he is very apt to spread discontent among those who are. H.L. Mencken. Shalom, my friends. Okay, so today we're going to go and dive into these NASA photos. I've downloaded a ton of NASA photos from the Apollo missions, from other NASA photography, and we're going to analyze them and see what we can find. My goal here is to just be done with the NASA photos, and since everyone seems to like one photo here, one photo there, I decided I'm going to do a whole episode dedicated to ripping apart these photos and talking about them. Now, what right do I have to talk about them? I have a Bachelor of Arts degree for film production and graphic design. And I have a master's degree in instructional design and technology, where I've spent a lot of time tearing film apart, building film, tearing photos apart, and recreating photos, images. I'm going to share with you the difference between an image and a photo, folks. An image is a composite of multiple images to create a fake image. A photograph is something taken in real time with your camera or cell phone or just a regular snap camera. Okay, that is a photograph taken in real time, as long as it's not been altered by digital means, or any means actually. Okay, there's two types of pictures. You have photograph and an image. Photograph is a live image taken in real time. There are no photographs in NASA as far as when it comes to planets, moons, any of that stuff. The moon landing, there are none. They're all composites, or trick photography taken on stage, whatever. And then there are images, which are a compilation of multiple photographs or images to create a master image. For example, there were a ton of CGI or a ton of composites in just about every movie has got composites in it, where they take multiple images, layer them together, and create an image. You've all seen it on like behind the scenes when they take this video image of these people walking here, this person here is with your master shot, and the background here, and they layer them all together, and it looks like one complete video image. Yet it's 3+ images to create that image. Okay, that's a image, folks. That is not a photograph. Okay, so we're going to take a look here today at some different photographs and images, tear them apart, and see what we can find. I am absolutely wanting this to be my last video where I tear apart images to prove that they're not photographs. So please understand I have a background in this, and that's my goal today, is to take these images, look at them all with you in real time, and see what we have to look at. Okay, before we do that, I'm going to play this 5-minute video clip of the lunar landing of Apollo, where I'm going to narrate over top of it a little bit, because I want you to look at it from a filmmaker's perspective. Okay, we're going to look at it from a perspective of a director, looking at the images, and I'm going to point out all of the video flaws in this little video clip. So, without further ado, let's get started.
All right, folks. So we're going to watch this lunar landing here.
0, 0, 0, 0, 2.
Now, from everything that I can tell, this camera is securely attached to the LEM. You'll notice the shadows on the right and left side don't move.
This camera angle is clearly shot through glass, but there's two major camera angles they use, and the other one appears to not be shot through glass. This would indicate that the camera is supposed to be attached to the outside of the vehicle.
Okay, Charlie, we're at the LEM.
And of course they've got a great little shot there of the inside of the LEM, I guess.
Mark is the same. Roger, we copy.
So this is what we call an establishing shot in film, and it's to establish some hard at work inside the LEM. The problem with this at this point in the story is they're just getting ready to detach.
So if Armstrong and Collins are supposedly flying the LEM, why is this guy standing?
And for the two craft to pull apart.
2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Did you all catch that? They counted up, and then they counted back down again. Woohoo!
Okay, let's go there, Capcom on the hot fire. Okay, all flight controllers going around the horn, gonna go for undocking. Okay, Retro, go. Fido, go. Guide, go. Control, go. Telcom, go. GNC, go. Econ, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for undocking.
Well, that was about the most useless little countdown.
Hello, Eagle, Houston, we're standing by, over.
And what was that little jerk right before the two ships disconnected?
And apparently there's a
Eagle,
camera
Houston,
that is
Houston, we
filming
see you on
the
the turret,
undocking
over.
as well. This doesn't
Roger,
even make
Eagle,
sense from a filmmaker's point of view.
Roger, how does it look? Eagle has wings. Roger.
Okay, so
The
then
Eagle
there's a
has wings.
camera shot of the Eagle, I guess,
On its own now.
on a
but with
camera that's
Columbia near at
apparently
hand,
attached to the outside
it
of
coasted
the
around to the backside of the moon. And there,
rocket
while out of
module.
direct communication,
Did you guys notice the distortion around the legs of the LEM and around the top of the LEM? That indicates some tampering with this video.
Continued in orbit, awaiting their return.
I love that. We get a great narration. Thanks, nassholes.
Now, so this is JM Truth, over.
Controllers gonna go for landing. Retro, go. Fido, go. Guide, go.
Your
Control,
filming
go.
makes no
Telcom,
sense
go.
whatsoever.
GNC, go.
Over.
Econ, go. Surgeon, go. Capcom, we're go for landing. Altitude 4200.
So here we see also this camera view is attached to the LEM, either on the inside or outside. But the shadows on the left and right don't move, which means this camera is not being held. It's actually attached to the vehicle itself.
My opinion is that this camera is attached to the outside, as there's no evidence of being shot through glass.
Top alarm.
Apparently they're doing a rollover.
1201. Roger, 1201 alarm. 1201 alarm. Same type, we're go, flight. Okay, we're go. We're go, same type, we're go.
That's a bad cut there.
1600.
Eagle looking
Now,
great.
also, please notice
1202, we copy.
that apparently this LEM is unstable as it's coming down.
Coming down to
In a
23.
no gravity environment, this camera and the whole LEM should not be moving like this. It should make a very clean
1050
descent,
down at 4.
but it's shaking like all hell,
Altitude, velocity,
like it's on a
right.
cable. Again, not the camera, but the LEM itself is not stable. It is shaking.
It's also very likely that the moon itself is actually projected on a screen, and that the cameras are set either somewhere near the screen, shooting through an object to create the shadows. That's actually what I'm probably guessing this is.
Lights on. Forward.
It should not be moving like
3 feet
this.
down, 2.5. Picking up some dust. Straight shadow. 4 forward.
Okay, so he also mentions picking up dust. So we know that it picked up dust supposedly, and that's going to be important for the photos that I show you.
Okay, engine stop.
Apparently there's no shock system on this LEM as it landed either. There's no shock absorbers, there's no, it's a solid piece of steel is the landing module.
They've just landed, nobody's outside. How come this is the first time we're seeing this camera angle? Hey look folks, NASA's watching a movie!
Control Houston at 105 hours.
And look, now we watch the families all over the world being indoctrinated and watching this bullcrap.
Crew members aboard the Eagle to eat and relax for a little while prior to starting.
Alright folks, so as Morpheus said in Matrix, you can take the blue pill, turn this off and go believe whatever you want to believe. Or you can take the red pill and stay with me in Wonderland, and I will show you just how deep the rabbit hole goes. But I will warn you, Dorothy, you better buckle up, because NASA is going bye-bye. Let's get started. Okay, so here I have some pictures, and these are all the pictures I've downloaded, and we're going to go through most of them, and we're going to tear them apart and take a look at them. So the first one here, I'm going to zoom in. Okay, here's a picture of supposedly Earth. This is supposed to be a satellite. I assume that's also either a ray or part of the satellite. We'll see. And this is allegedly what we would see from space. Now, what the heck this is, I don't know. This isn't even the accurate depiction of the light around the globe. And we'll take a look at that here in a second. I'm going to go image, adjust, and I'm just going to go right to exposure. Oh, look at that. Okay. So, all of this pixelation here is a clear indication of what has happened in this photo. Okay, if you will follow me here, this is clearly a cutout. Okay, because this haze should not be like this if in fact the light from the sun is more over here than over here. And to go back to neutral, okay, I don't know what the heck they were trying to do here, but it looks pretty bad. Now also, these cities, the city lights here, and all along here, these are all just white specked dots, is all they are. Now, someone would say, oh yeah, well that's what would really happen. No, it's not. Because this is clearly, this is supposed to, I assume, be an island with light on it, and another island with light on it. But that doesn't make any sense. Also, oh, look at that. All right. So, this has clearly been cut out here because this is a, what we call a cut line. And actually, you see the line here goes all the way up here, right here. That's because this image was cut. I can say categorically, this is a cut line. Okay, right there. Now, this is also a cut line where they tried to blend the two images together. Okay, and they did kind of a shoddy job here, but that's what this line is a cut line. Also, why is there a line here coming through the middle of this picture? So, yep, this is fake. Clearly. So that's the first one. We will cancel that. No need to even, well, we can do it. We'll do, let's see what the levels have to say. Oh yeah. See all this distortion here? All this distortion here? Again, what the heck is that? And my gosh, this is the largest, this must be the largest picture of, this is supposed to be Florida. But this curve is way too curved. This curve is way too curved to be an actual real curve of the earth. Because that would make, wow, America would cover probably, I don't know, close to half of the earth. If that's the real supposed curve of the earth. I don't know if anyone caught that or not, but that is a beautiful tell right there, that curve, that, yeah, this is not real. It's It's not a real photo. Anyway, so I'm done with that photo. Okay, here I have all these photos. We're going to go through all of them. I've already kind of opened them so that they're right there on my Photoshop. And if I didn't mention it before, that's the program I'm using is Photoshop. Okay, so let's zoom into this one. All right. So then we're going to go here to image. We're going to go to, let's try levels first. Let's see what we get here. Why? Oh, look at there. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, folks, wow, talk about shoddy. This image should not be like this. Let me explain. These are all individual dots that were added to this photo. I assume to give the impression of stars, even though we don't see them. But this here is an indication of a cutout line right here. Now you'll notice that's an oddly shaped planet, or moon, I guess I should say. Where's all this part of the planet or moon? If this was indeed real, the camera should actually still pick up the whole circle. There's nothing here, folks. Nothing. Which means this is a composite image. Now, NASA does admit they do composite images. However, you would think, even for a composite image, that you would have something here. Because if I take a picture of the dark, the camera's still going to pick up the line of the moon. But there's nothing here in this image. Nothing. Okay, so that was actually fairly easy. However, these are all spotted stars that were placed in the picture, and even not even real well, because if you according to the pictures of space, this should just be riddled with stars behind this, and it's not. Each one of these was obviously placed in its place. Why? Because this black outline indicates that these were cut out and placed here. So anyway, okay, so that's that image. It's obviously a computer generated image. So let's move on to the next one, because that's too funny. Okay, so we're gonna zoom into this one. Now this one does have stars, obviously, but I have a sneaky suspicion this is not at all what it appears to be. I'm going to take this and, oh, look at that. I have another composite image, and these folks are not stars. They are, it looks like they are light sources, almost like this was shot against something with holes in it. I'm guessing. So, okay, this line, this supposed shine mark, I think they want you to believe it came from the lens. It's like a lens flare. Doesn't necessarily look like a lens flare to me, but we're going to cancel that out. And I'm going to go over here to exposure. All right. Yeah, see, you see how this here doesn't actually change much? this is not what would happen if this was a photograph of whatever is behind here. This is completely cut out to give the image of a bright space. The problem with this is I should be able to change the levels, and we should see some change here in this area here, and we don't. So anyway, that one to me is also probably more like a painting, and it's probably actually it's obviously a composite, because this is a blank spot that was laid over this image to give this effect. And I just demonstrated that for you, to you. So, all right, so that image is crap. And I think this is Pluto or Neptune. I'm trying to remember. Doesn't matter. It's fake anyway. But here, I want you to notice around this edge here what happens. Because as I change the levels, we should see the edge of this planet. Okay, at least like we see over here. And when I start changing the levels, you will see some incredible stuff not happening. Okay, also, this here is a bleach out effect. Okay, to make that, and layered, obviously. And so, when I dumb this down, or I take it all the way up here, right? Let's go all the way here. Now, this should be a perfect circle, but it's not. Why? Because they've erased this part of the planet, and because to get that fade, that shadow effect, okay, they cut part of this off so that it would bleed into the planet. But when I change the levels here, this should be 100% one complete circle, which means it should come up here like this and then over like that, and it doesn't. These also, that star effect, they cut these out and place those there, and then of course we don't see them in the photo. Now also, this is clearly cut out. Okay, look at this. There's no sharp line here like there should be. This is a blending effect. Okay, and how come this planet only has stars here, 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 here? My gosh, again, this thing should be riddled with stars, and it's not. So anyway, we will, that's fake. Off to the next one. Oh, NASA, you guys are so funny. Okie dokie. Okie dokie, here we go. Oh, what's that? Oh, my gosh. Half this planet's cut off. There's nothing here. This should all be what? If this is true, and this is really what happens to planets, there should be a white mark all the way around here. Again, because the camera would still pick up the planet, even though it's dark. There are literally hundreds and probably thousands of shades of black, undetectable to the naked eye. However, in the amount of bits that Photoshop has, this should all be a circle. And at least we should see the outline of the circle, when we don't here. It's cut off right there. This is a very, very, very funny, bad edit job by NASA. Not real photo. There's no stars up here. Guys, you guys suck. NASA, I don't know what the heck. You got all this money and you can't afford to hire good artists. That just really is ridiculous, because what'd you guys do with all my money? All the money you took from us. Bastards. Alright, well anyway. So we'll open another one. This is obviously CGI. I shouldn't even have to to edit this photo because there's nothing here that could be taking a picture of this object on Mars, of this rover. So, yeah, this is bullshit. And BS, which is bullshit. It's all bullshit. You guys got that? It's all bullshit. They stole money. They are ripping off the people of this earth. And oh my gosh, look at the line job here on this sand. Like, do any of you guys really believe this is real? Like, there should be still some freaking sand over here, and there's none. And it's all right here. It's all right there. And there's a big, like, oh look, it's a road. That's right. They came through and plowed the sand away to make a road. My bad. Good job, NASA. Anyway, that's freaking ridiculous. I'm not even going to edit that. Well, yeah, I am. Just because I'm curious. Oh my goodness. Well, I will hand it to them. They are getting better on their editing, but still, this, you can see how this was put together in layers actually. Let's go to exposure. Alright. So, anyway, that's obviously fake. That's a painting. Told you guys, we have a long way to go. So, I love this one. Okay. So, we're going to zoom in to see what we can see. Now, supposedly, this is a moon, right, of this Saturn planet. And apparently this is the bottom of Saturn, interestingly enough. Or from, well, it says minus dwarfed. So this is minus dwarfed from high above Saturn's northern hemisphere. My bad. NASA Cassini space gazes over the planet's north pole. Yeah, whatever. This is all garbage. But in order to prove it, let's go to exposure. I love the exposure feature. Well, look at there. It's okay. Alrighty. I'm going to laugh at this here, and I'm going to show you guys something that's kind of cool here. Like the other ones, okay? This should not look like this if this was an actual photo, okay? Here we have a cutout. We got some stars cut out, all right? And then we got the planet. And what is this? Again, this is a shadow. There should still be something here. There isn't. Guys, come on. I want my money back, NASA. You all suck. And look, this is done in layers, folks. You can see it. This is a layer. This is a layer. Layer. Why? Because then when I shift this, oh, look, that layer comes in. Ha! And that's a cutout. Oh my gosh. Guys, we need to get smart about what we're doing here and not let them continue to do this to us. Okay. As I recall, this one is a little more complicated because well, I mean, not complicated. It's done in layers as well. The planet, okay, this is a green, this is a perfect green screen shot, okay? The supposed Earth planet here, okay, this was all green at one time. And they layered, this is the back image behind this, okay? This is another part of the layering. And then this is a separate layer. Okay. When you do this long enough, you're able to look at it and just see the layers. Okay. So I'm washing out. I shouldn't be able to wash out all of the Earth. Okay. Should not be able to do that. Okay. This flag, okay, is transparent. How do I know? Because when I adjust the layers, it goes away. Okay. Clearly layers are going on here. What is that? And how come there are these lines? Anyway, hopefully you guys are catching on. Okay, it's the Scotch tape. The multiple layers here for this image. Okay, so chances are, like I said, this is multiple layers because this is all washed out now. Okay, this was obviously cut and placed here because there's your outline. Now that's part of the flag, but they probably just cut right along the flag and laid it on top there. Okay, it's not. It really isn't rocket science, folks. You can do all kinds of stuff. They can do real-time CGI images in real time now. If you go look at, they've got videos out on that now too, where they wear this thing on their hand and they have contact lenses and they can virtually see what's coming in, and that's how they're able to grab stuff. And it's ridiculously crazy now, the technology they have. And we just keep falling for it over and over again so they can perpetuate the lie. And y'all just want to cling to your... Okay, here we go. View of Earth. Let's zoom in here. Oh, man. All right. So the first question I have is, where are the stars? If this is a real image, where are the stars? Okay. People trying to say, well, in space, the stars wouldn't be captured because of the filtration and exposure. Guys, that's garbage. That's crap. Because some of their photos have stars and some of their photos don't have stars. I can take a picture of the night sky and film stars, and take a picture of the moon and stars at the same time and get both of them in the shot. That's what automatic exposure is. Okay? So, anyway, let's see what we can see. I'm going to go to exposure first. Oh my gosh. You assholes are so stupid. You guys ought to hire people like me to do your... Of course, I wouldn't because it's dishonest. First of all, why is there a straight line here? Okay? Clearly cut out. It's not even a perfect circle. Now, maybe Neil deGrasse Tyson's right. Maybe we're an oblate spheroid in a pear. But this doesn't look like a pear to me either. Anyway, these pixels, guys, are because they tried to blend it into the black. Okay? Also, this camera should pick up the full Earth, even the part in shadow. And it's not. Okay? This is a fake BS bullcrap image. I get so mad at this. Where are the freaking stars? There's not one star in this image. Not even a pasted star. Like, holy crap. Oh, guys. Really? That's just ridiculous. Okay, moving on. Because apparently NASA and all their billions of dollars can't hire good artists. Oh, yeah. This image. Ah, okay. Okay. So first, there's a couple of issues I have with this. Where's the sun, folks? Because this part of this box is lit up. And this shadow, or it looks like a shadow here, indicates that the sun is over here. Well, that's sort of what this indicates. But then how come, if that's the case, this is lit up? This should not be lit up. And this is all supposed to be in the dark. And it's not. What's that, a freaking bubble? Alright. So, what is that? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start tearing this one apart. Well, look at that, folks. Looky there. All kinds of evidence of cutting and pasting. Someone actually did a good job on this image. Alright, so that I assume is supposed to be a star. I assume it's supposed to be a star, and I assume it's supposed to be a star. The problem is, where'd they go? And as we go back here, we have all these cutout lines, folks, and blendings that they did. And look at that, more blending, more blending, more cutout. They are laughing in your face, folks, laughing at you. Quite frankly, I'm laughing at us too, because we are... I can't tell where the sun is in this image. Everything is lit up, and there should clearly be some dark spaces, and there aren't. Very, very crappy. Oh, more blending. Look, 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 folks, look. These aren't stars, okay? They're cut and pasted here, okay? Cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste, cut and paste. All right. Oh my gosh, that's just ridiculous. All right. So we're open the next one, which is the USB drives. I call this the USB drive shot. And I'll show you why. Because, folks, this looks like a USB drive. Now, granted, it's obviously, according to them, not a USB drive. I'm not sure what it is. They might try to tell you it's a satellite. It looks like garbage to me, but like I said, let's come over here and hit the levels. Oh, look at that. More NASA fakery. So this is clearly... Okay. All right. So first of all, folks, this line here that's supposed to be a ray is actually probably a line that they just caused to glow. And this one too. Yeah. Look at, oh, look at that. See how that splits there? Okay. All right. Folks, this is cut and blended. This is cut and blended. This is cut and blended. That's a very wide blend, by the way. And this is all cut. Look at that. That's all cut. So, anyway. This was cut and placed in this image to be like part of a shuttle or something. Okay? Not sure what that's supposed to be. Whether it's a bar or... It clearly separates the Earth. And the Earth, when I divide it, actually separates. So, it's not a single image. It looks like two images spliced together. At least that's what I would assert. We're going to zoom in. Now this is, I guess, supposed to be Earth. Or, yeah, it's the Black Sea. So it's supposed to be the Black Sea. Okay. However, I have a sneaky suspicion it's not. Why do I have a sneaky suspicion it's not? Because every other photo we've looked at has been bullcrap. So here we go. Oh, look at there, folks. More cut lines. Okay. Anyone who tells you that's not cut and blending is either doesn't know anything about photography or graphic design and does not understand what they're looking at. And the only reason that they would say it, possibly, would be to try to discredit so yeah, look. It's clearly a cut line, folks. Alright? And that's not the Black Sea. That is a photorealistic digital painting is what that is. Okay? Look. Photorealistic digital painting. All these swirly things, really? Like for real? It's too funny. This is so fun. NASA, you guys are a bunch of morons. Alright, so that's the Black Sea photo. Okay, so here we're going to get into some more. This is the Apollo mission photos. Now, what can I say about this photo here? Other than the fact that if they're in space and these cables were loose, they're just attached to the footers. In fact, I'm going to see if we can zoom in close enough to make out what we're looking at here. Okay, yeah. So these are all just loose cables, yet they're hanging pretty straight, people. You know why? I'll tell you why. Because they had to flip this image in order so that you would be like, oh, those are just dangling in space. But they're not dangling in space because it's actually hanging upside down. Okay? All of these light images and all this stuff, like, this is ridiculously crazy to me because I can't tell exactly where the light's coming from, which would be my first issue with this photo. Or image, I mean. What is that? Folks, when I do this, okay, and nothing else adjusts except for the background, not a good sign. Okay? Why? Because this is just about one of the worst photo jobs or image compositing jobs I've seen. Okay? Look at this. Look at this. Clearly cut out. There's nothing in the background. No stars, nothing in the background. I don't even understand what the heck they were doing. But it's not a photo. It's not a real image. I mean, it's an image, not a real photo. Okay? And like I said, chances are this is hanging from cables, wires that they cut out, and then layered this to hide the fact that there were wires. So yeah, so that's that one. I love it. Love it, love it. Can someone tell me why there's a cable here, there's a tie down here, or tie down here, tie down here, tie down here. How come this one doesn't have a tie down? Just wondering. Was it a weight issue, NASA? And how come you all have a soak tub here? You're telling me that this is your reflector for your rocket booster? For real? Like, that's it? A freaking soak tub. For real? NASA, you guys need to fire everyone and hire new people. Because even in your idiosyncrasy of redundancy, this leg here should have a tie down. You would think, right? No tie down? No? Okay. Well, also, again, where's the light coming from? Okay. It's supposed to be coming from over here. Okay. So how come this part is lit up and this part isn't? So anyway, this is more fakery. Folks, has nobody stopped to ask why they wrapped this stupid machine supposedly in tinfoil? We're supposed to believe that this is an actual spacecraft, and I assume they did not think far enough ahead to realize what technology we'd have at our fingertips. This is straps. Strapping the tinfoil. And again, where are the stars? Okay, so look at this, folks. Look at this. Cut lines. This is all cut lines. Right here. This thing is cut out. It's a cutout. And apparently they probably cut out this here on accident and then painted it out because they were too lazy to apparently redo it. So anyway, these here, that's why those lines are there, because that is a cutout image placed on a black background with no stars. Okay? Not real. Sorry, folks. Not real at all. More NASA BS. Oh, of course, the rising moon shot. Folks, I have done hundreds of these. Hundreds. So much so that that's why I want this to be my last video I do. I'm going to actually do this, and it'll be a full documentary tearing apart a bunch of these. And if you guys want to use them and show them to the, you want to put them out publicly, please, by all means, you're welcome to, because this is, I'm going to call this a documentary for NASA Fakery. All right, so we're going to go to image, exposure, and look at there, folks. Again, where's the bottom of the freaking planet? Oh, look, no stars. Oh, look, this has been cut out. How do I know? Because it's very, very clean. Too clean. And there's nothing down here. Nothing. Which means they took this image, cut it out, and placed it on a black background. And apparently there's no image. Whoever did this probably thought, oh, well, it's dark. You won't see it anyway. Well, that's not how photography works, folks. I am taking this all the way to the edge. Look, I should pick up something. Something. This should be a perfect sphere. And it's not. Okay? There should be some stars out here. And there aren't. Okay? Oh my goodness. So we'll go to the next one. Okay. All right, folks. As you know, NASA claims these X's are etched into the glass of the camera. Okay, fine. Then there shouldn't be images of this being behind objects, and there are. You can go look those up. I didn't download any of those, but there are plenty of images where these X's are on top or behind the objects being photoed. All right, now, as far as this is concerned, no photos, first issue. Second issue, how come that's as far as the eye can see? Okay? That is absolutely ridiculous. We should see lots back there. We don't. Also, why is there a hot spot behind this astronaut? Sorry, folks, I'm going to call him an astronaut from now on. But these astronauts have a hot spot. This is called a hot spot. Okay, it's caused when a very directed beam of light is right behind the object. This object. Now, if this were in fact the sun behind him, there should be no hot spot. Okay, because everything should be even and the shadow should be left fine. But there isn't. We see here a hot spot. Okay, I'm going to play with the image a little bit just to see if anything is exposed. But I assume this was done on... Oops. Oh. Where's the hot spot? Yeah, funny. Alright. Well, anyway. There's no stars here, folks. This... Oh, interesting. It looks like this might have been a cutout and placed upon a black image. Why? Because this color here is a blending effect. Yep. There, you can see it better there. There. Now you see it. Blending effect right there. Okay. So, also there's some kind of strange light anomaly going on here with this and this. This might have been the background might have been two different black images, but there's nothing here in the shot, and yet there's something here, some anomaly here from the rest of quote-unquote space. Okay? Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, moving on. Okay. I love this image. Because, folks, first of all, he's standing supposedly straight up. And he's actually, the camera's at an angle. Okay? Here, how do I know? Well, look at the edge of the surface. Okay? What, are they on the side of the sphere and this is where it starts to go down again? I don't understand what they're doing here. But these lines should be horizontal to the horizon. And they're not. Which means this camera is tilted. Okay? So he either took the shot at an angle, or we've got some more trickery going on. Well, we have more trickery going on because where's the sun in this shot? It's over here, folks. It's way out over here, actually. Way out over here. Because the shadow is going this way. So this is should be the dark side of the lens. Now these video cameras they used, folks, did not have lights on them. They didn't have extra lights. They didn't have lights. So why is this lens lit up like this unless there's a secondary light source? Okay? Folks, come on. This would not at all happen on the moon if the sun was the only light source, which is, we're told, is what the situation is. He's clearly lit up, folks. He should not be lit up. He should be dark. Why? He's standing in a shadow. is in dark right now. Okay? In the vacuum of space, this would be dark space. This would be a dark space. This should all be black. Yet we see a reflection on the stairwell here, where light is clearly reflecting off these pieces. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you something else interesting here. Look at there, folks. That is the reflection of a light source. That is what we call secondary light glare. Okay? That is they have to be in a studio. There's no explanation otherwise. You see this here? Because the reason this is lit up is because they have studio lights behind them that is lighting this up. He's in the shadow. This should not be lit up like this. It's all wrong. Okay? It's all wrong. Look at all this is reflecting light down here. This is the underside and on the back side of the LEM, folks. What else can we see here? Okay, so there's light off the ladder. There's light off the suit. In fact, there's more proof that there is a secondary light source. Why? This side of him is lit up. This side of him isn't. This is shaded, okay? But there's light here on this side of him, okay? Clearly indicating there's a secondary light source. How stupid do we have to be? Pretty stupid, folks. I'm not calling you stupid. I fell for this too until I went through film school, and then I realized, then I was able to look at these with an objective eye, okay? And chances are, this is a light source in the studio too. Why? This is the wrong type of light on the moon to be the sun. It looks artificial to me, is what I'm telling you. This light looks artificial. Well, and it is artificial too. So, anyway. Alright, so that's that. Okay. I'm gonna zoom into this one because here you get a close-up look of the LEM. First of all, you're telling me in the temperatures of space that this rubber sole would survive in those temperatures. I don't think so. I've actually looked at these close up, and that rubber to me I think would freeze and crack in the temperatures they're supposed to be in. Okay. Also, do you guys see this? That is Scotch tape. Don't believe me? Look, that's Scotch tape, Scotch tape, Scotch tape. Don't believe me? Let's go get a closer look. Look. It's a tweaker shelter, kind of like FEA said, held together by Scotch tape. And what is this? These are like curtain rods. Oh, and silver tape. Silver tape right there. That's masking tape. Folks. Oh, yeah. Do you see this window? Do you see these reflections in the window? That's because this window is not a solid... It's not solid glass. This is probably a plastic tint window that they stuck in here. Okay. What else? Okay. Also, these booster things. You see this purple down here? Let's go look at the other ones. Okay. Now, we're to believe that these were to control the module while it was dropping. However, the problem with that is, as we've already indicated, the first problem is that they're in the vacuum of space. And in the vacuum of space, nothing moves. We've done experiments here on Earth and proven that. Okay. However, this metal was probably heated up to extraordinary temperatures to get this rainbow effect on this metal. Okay, we do it all the time in film when we want to portray something as being super hot. Okay, however, I don't know, this to me does not look like it would be enough to have enough energy coming out of it to even push this thing. But especially in the vacuum of space, folks, that they have pictures of satellites that don't have any. The Hubble, go look at the Hubble telescope, not one booster on it. Yet they're able to apparently move it all over the place to take pictures of different things. That's totally garbage to me. So it defies the laws of physics. The last thing here is, look at the heel. Light source, right there. Light source. NASA, you're a bunch of liars. Of course, look at all the reflection. Look at all the light. Okay, this side's lit up, but this side's lit up too, folks. Look, all this is lit up. And they're supposedly on the dark side of the moon. Now, here's the booster rocket. How come this booster rocket looks like plastic to me? And it's not, doesn't look like metal. It's not even as hot as these were. That looks like metal to me. That looks like plastic. Oh, because it probably is plastic. It's probably a plastic tub. Now, here's another interesting phenomenon. I'm going to continue to point this out. There's no dust at all on this spaceship, on this alleged spacecraft. You remember this rocket booster here would have been kicking up all kinds of dust, and they said it was. Remember, I pointed it out in the video. But there's not one speck of dust on this landing arm. Okay? Now, I'm going to also okay, here's a better shot. Now, what the heck is that? Some kind of trash bag? I don't know. Like, maybe it's someone's duffel bag. Oh, look, somebody was here before us. Anyway, sorry, folks. Again, this booster looks like a plastic soak tub to me. That's what it looks like. Oh, look. There's no thruster, no burn mark, nothing. Folks, if this thing had come down the way they said it did, there should at least be a spray going out in all directions, because the force that was coming out of this would have pushed all this dust that they said they had dust debris, right? Where's the dust debris? And in space, that dust debris should be around there a lot longer. Anyway, this is also lit up. It's on the dark side, and it's still lit up. And apparently, there is a light source here. I would guess, and I don't know if this is true, I'm just guessing, that the reason they use tinfoil is because it breaks up the image and you can't make out the image of the light source. I don't know if they thought that far ahead. They didn't seem to, but that's why I would use that. But that's just me. So let's see, another one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we're going to zoom in here. Alright. Folks, are you telling me what the heck is this? This looks like a piece of aluminum that's been crimped over a piece of cardboard, been taped down. All this looks like tape to me. Okay? With some silver tape here. I don't know what the heck we're looking at. And apparently this may be actually a platform. I'm curious. Okay, so that is, at least it does look like it is a single image. Yeah, there it is. Alright, so this object is all in one piece. Alright. Cool. So the LEM is all in one piece. But look at the, like, folks, these are aluminum pieces. Now, they had to go through the stratosphere, or the thermosphere, to get to the moon. The thermosphere gets upwards of 4,000 degrees, folks. There's nothing we have on Earth that I know of that can stand that temperature. How did they get to the moon? Because this is aluminum. I can see it by my naked eye. And even if it was steel, okay, which it's not, it's aluminum. But even if it was steel, all this stuff would melt in space, in the thermosphere. So it would be one big barbecue up there. Oh, look at that. They're on the dark side also, and he's all lit up. Look at it. Light source. Look at it. Light source. This is showing you there's a light source, folks, because this was done in a studio. Okay? This is about the cheapest ladder they could probably find, I guess. To maybe try to hold the weight, I guess. I don't know. And then what did they do? They took tinfoil and took it over the... Like, I'm at a loss for words. This is a very shoddy production design. Did I say that out loud? My bad. Sorry, assholes. But your production design sucks. And then, look at this. Apparently, oh my gosh. Let's see here. Huh. Interesting. Wonder what that is. See that line? That line should not be there. Not sure what it is, but oh, it looks like something was spliced. I don't know, but what I can tell you is there's a secondary light source here. And the reflection on these bars proves it. Okay? Secondary light source. Because that should not be lit up like that. Folks, we need to demand our money back. That's what we need to do. Demand our money back. So NASA, you're being put on notice. I want my share of the billions of dollars you ripped us off for. I want my money back. Okay. Alright. So, here we are again. Again, we talked about no blast crater here from when this thing came down. You saw it was supposedly kicking up all this dust. Where's all the dust? Okay? And I sure hope that's not Neil Armstrong. Because if they try to say that's Neil Armstrong, who took the photograph? I think that's the other guy. Just saying. But, you see, this is supposed to be the sun, folks. I can tell you right now, that's not the sun. Okay? How can I tell you that? Let's look at it here. Let's take a look. Whoa! What is that? Holy schmoly! Folks, there's a circle, in fact 2 circles, right in the middle of this image. I would love to hear the lie NASA tried to use to explain that away. Alright folks, look at here. You've got a circle here. I'm sure they will try to sell that as probably some kind of a flare, but it's not. Then what is this? Okay? There's nothing there to glare this off of. And why do I see straight lines here in this supposed picture of the sun? This does not make sense to me, folks. It should not be like that. And then here we see this here, okay? And not there. This is probably a filter that they put on here so that when they drop the levels back down, it gave kind of a, but that doesn't actually do that. So let's do here's there. Okay. So anyway, this is supposed to be a sun flare, I assume, but it's actually not a sun flare. And then this circle here, see that? Okay. That's the filter for the sun so that it would filter and create this effect. Okay, look. We see clearly here there's a circle here, circle here. They're not even on the same axis. And so this was all to create this illusion of the sun. Okay? But really what this is just a really, really, really big spotlight is what this is. And this could have been done even in Photoshop. This could be a computer flare. Now that I think about it. We have them in After Effects. And you could bring them into Photoshop. So it could just be a After Effects effect for a photo. They could be using a flare as the sun point. Because as I recall, there was no sun in this image. And this is the first image I've seen where the sun's in the image. Look, there's the sun right there. But there are other images like of this where this is not here. Okay, here, folks, here's another image of Aldrin or the other guy coming out of this limb. Here is proof. This is rock solid proof that this had backlight to it. I can't say this enough, folks. You would not have, by any stretch of the imagination, you would not have anything lit up here if this was on the backside of the sun. Okay, you wouldn't. It would have all been dark. This was lit up in a studio, and I would agree with FEA that I think Jake is right. I think this looks like a tweaker shelter, but that's just my opinion. I'm not even gonna do anything with that one. I'm just going to move on. Okay, again, folks, we're going to take a close look here at the leg of this limb. Looky, looky, there's no dust. It is clean like they just went through a car wash at the car wash. Okay, there's no dust, nothing on this. Like it was just set here on the moon, or on the set, I should say. Okay. Because there should be dust. In fact, there should be all kinds of sand and dust up on this limb, and there isn't. Okay, none. So, again, believe what you will, but there's not even dust on the tie down, which is completely funny to me. So, moving on to the next one. Here's another one, folks. No dust. In fact, we'll zoom in on this one too. Look, that is clean as a frickin' whistle. And what they do is stake this down? Wow, that is too funny. Look, folks. No dust. No dust. No dust. All clean. Alright. So we're going to keep going. All right, look at here. Oh my gosh, where are the stars in this photo? Same old, same old. NASA, you guys just don't have a clue, do you? And for someone's say, oh look, there's 2 stars. Yeah, 2 stars out of the billions of stars that are up there. Good job, NASA. Now, also, this line here is probably those crisscross lines that are on those cameras. Oh, what's that? Oh, what's that? Oh, you've been caught. Look at that, folks. That was cut out, put there. Why? There's no rest of the planet here. And all these were supposed to be stars, I guess. I surmise, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They tried to put stars in here, but yeah, look. Wow. I don't know what that is, but they were obviously cut and put there. Yeah, look at that, folks. This whole part of this planet is missing. Gone. There should be a perfect circle here, and there isn't. Even if it was lighter, again, the camera still would have picked up. Cameras don't not pick up stuff that's in dark. Okay? They still pick it up. You just don't see it. Okay? Oh, man. So stupid. So stupid. Stupid, stupid. Alright, so with this image here, now these are those boosters, remember? That we saw they were above Neil Armstrong, or above the astronaut as he was coming out of the spaceship. Now this camera is well above that LEM and looking down. This is above that hole that we looked at, looking down. I'm curious as to how they got above the LEM. Okay? But, yeah. Anyway. More BS. More BS. And we're gonna take this out here. Oh, look at there, folks. More cut and blending lines. More of the same. So yeah, so that's that one. And huh. Well, I don't know. That might be a cutout. It might really be there, but the issue I have is that this is all blurred and this is sharp. Interesting enough, the whole thing is sharp except for this image. If this was a focus issue, you'd have a point of focus that was in focus, which, let's say I was focusing on the flag. Then the background and the foreground would be out of focus. And this one, just this is out of focus. And then all the background is all in focus. So I think this is probably 2 images, one image laid on another. But, you know, I can't prove that one. So, let's see here. Yeah. This is the supposed shadow of the LEM and the booster things on the craters of the Earth, or on the craters of the Moon. I don't know if this is supposed to be during a flyby. This looks like the Moon at a great distance and not sitting on top of the Moon because of these small craters. I'm not sure what the artist was trying to do. Okay, look at here, folks. This is missing. This is all missing. Why? Because it's exactly the same black as this, as the background. If this were in fact real, we should see a line here for the planet or for the Moon, and we don't. So, yeah, that's really bad. Again, this would not just disappear, okay? It would be lighter than this, but we should still see the edge, and we don't. Okay, we've looked at another one like this. I'll go ahead and do this one real quick, but I'm telling you ahead of time, this whole part of the Earth is going to disappear and not going to be here. Because they probably erased it and then blended it to make it look like it was... this is actually what we call a mask, now that I think about it. Yep. So it's kind of exactly the same as the other one. Okay. Here we see the straight line again. Circle. This part's missing. Okay. This is cut out. No stars. On an absolutely absent background. And I mean absent. Not even a black background. It's an absent background. We'll open this again. Okay, folks, this one actually doesn't even need to be, this one they openly say, this is not a photograph, it's not an image, or it's an image, it's an artist rendition of what it would look like for a light beam or energy beam to be going into a black hole. That's what they call it anyway. But this is not real, it's just a painting. It's a graphic painting. And they're selling it as being real. You know, oh look, this artist rendition of what this really looks like, and they really have no clue. This one, I don't know. This one says the South Pole pit or an impact crater, but it looks like a texture plate with another texture plate laid on top of it. And this is not a crater. It's not an impact crater. It's a artist rendition, if anything. Yep. It's two images put together. 2 or 3 images, actually, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. This looks like, to me, like that fake leather stuff. And so this is a textile. It's a textile plate with another textile plate on top of it with some kind of crater looking thing, and they're selling it to you as being real, and it's really not. See, the textile comes out through below the white. So anyway, all right, folks, so that, as I say, is that We've gone through all of these. I hope that you see the deception and the lies through the pictures that we ripped apart. Again, there are thousands of photos. They're all fake. They're all images. They're all, at least all the space stuff is all BS. It would appear that the lunar landings were probably a hoax and done in a studio. Hopefully, well, I think we should demand our money back. I think we should go after NASA full force. I think we ought to start tearing these things down, and these corporations down, because they're stealing money from you, they're taking from us, and they're pitting us against each other. And we can do better than this, folks. Again, I hope that helps. I hope that's been a benefit to you. Till next time, my friends. Shalom.